Hello. Good afternoon, people. Can I have everyone's attention, please? Directors of SMPA. Come forward, please, directors of SMPA. I'm looking at you. I can't see, actually, I'm not looking at anybody. I can't see anything to the light. Livingston, Silvio, Frank, who's successfully found where they are. Lee, anybody who's been a director of SMPA, can I ask you to come forward, please?
Lee Livingston.
Livingston, Lee. Silvio. Anybody else who's been director?
I think that's it.
All right. You don't have to run things, Maria. You're done running. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you all for coming to this. Thank you, Dean Walbeck, for coming. Thank you for coming from California, from all over the place. Former staff, former faculty. This is really remarkable. We're going to do a quick thing up here. I'm going to say some stuff, then hand it to, I guess, Silvio, to Frank, to Lee, to Steve. We're just going to work in reverse chronological order. So, Maria, I did the checking. We have no photographic proof that you actually were here from the beginning of the George Washington University. But we also have no absence of proof. So, for many of us in SMPA, for generations of students, you are the face of the School of Media and Public Affairs. I started as an adjunct. And you're also not officially retired yet. We get one more week. So hang on to that sash. I started as an adjunct 25 years ago, I think. And you processed my paperwork then. For me, you were the person I saw. You were my connection to the School of Media and Public Affairs. Steve hired me. Maria shepherded me. Then when I came on board full-time, you shepherded me through that process. And then obviously as director, you've shepherded me through that process. You are as much SMPA as the building, as the bricks, the mortar, the faculty, the students. But for you, none of us are here. So on behalf of everybody who's been a part of SMPA for the past 30 years and will be part of SMPA for the next 30 years, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much. One of the best parts of my time as director was actually working with you, Maria, pretty much every single day. And every day I was reminded how much you know about SMPA and about GW, how much you know about who is where, what we do, what we have done in the past, what we should do now. And everything that you did with such dedication, with such care. You were very positive and optimistic even when there were no good reasons to be positive and optimistic. You were resourceful even when we did not have exactly resources. You were very supportive even when it was difficult to find support. And you always did it with such charm, with such energy, with such spirit. Your door was always open for us to talk about work, to talk about food, to talk about family. And you made the place a wonderful place. Let's see what else I wanted to say. Oh, look at my notes there. Right, of course. As I was thinking about what to say, I kept thinking about that you, Maria, have made a difference in the lives of so many people who have gone through this program, students and faculty and staff. And that's ultimately what really matters. And it has been an absolute joy working with you. It's very difficult to imagine SMPA without you. In fact, we don't know what we're going to do without you. We'll figure that out. That is our task, our challenge, starting a week after next week or something like that. So I just want to wish you a happy retirement. Have a wonderful time. It has been great working with you, and I will really miss you. Thank you.
We're going to reverse chronological order.
Reverse
Me then.
Okay, all right. So I would second everything Silvio says and third everything Steve and Lee will say. So, For 11 years, I had the privilege of being a director here, and there wasn't a day that went by that Maria didn't help with something that was unbelievable. But I think here's the thing about Maria. I could go to Maria and ask her any question about anything. A budget question, an endowment question, a national council question, an alumni question, a hiring question, a faculty review question. And she not only had the answer, but this was the secret to Maria's success. She knew who to ask elsewhere in the university. Because Maria knew everybody, knows everybody, and everybody knows Maria. Is that about right? No? Yes, it is. One of the things that makes SMPA special, we talk about this a lot, is that what we are as a community, and look around the room here, people who come from all over and from back from retirement and everywhere else to celebrate this. And Maria, the capacity that you have to help create and nurture this sense of community, whether it's the unbelievable meals that you put together for our holiday party, or the behind-the-scenes work that you've done, and we all know this, on budget, on meetings, on paying vendors, just the stuff that makes this place go is kind of incredible. And the other thing about you is you have this great smile. And it's one of the reasons people love you. And the other thing that makes a community is people. People connecting to people. And you are always the front face of this place. And from the moment I stepped in that job, or like you, Peter, the moment I stepped here when I first started, right through, you were always a yes, I can help. And with this just great smile. So I want to thank you for that. And I think all of us want to thank Maria for what she has done for us as a friend, as a person, as a cheerleader for all of us, but also just helping get stuff done, helping to navigate this place. And that's been invaluable. So I join my colleagues in wishing you success, health, adventure, and now the time to enjoy all of that. Because you've reached
all of these wonderful words. Is this on?
Yes.
I echo and repeat, and I won't have to repeat them since they've been said so well and will continue to be said so well. The word that comes to my mind is indispensable, and that was certainly true when I came in as a director in 2006. Got it? And see? Still checking with Maria to get
That's right.
There you go. And actually, SMPA was still rather new then, and nobody really knew SMPA well, but Maria did because she had been there from the start, really from the start. And the building was new. The people who came up to form the faculty had come from different disciplines and backgrounds. All of this was getting sorted out. And Maria was very steady and understanding of all of us, and that really meant a lot. When I say even the building was new, there were disputes when I arrived about how much room we had on the 4th floor. It was still unclear. Steve would know better than I. There was another, when I was interviewing for the job, some people mentioned space issues, and I said, actually, if we moved the wall back in 308, we'd have a bigger conference room. And they said, oh yes, there's a budget for all of that. And of course, by the time I showed up, nobody remembered that there was a budget for any of that. So I finally said, is this the school, or is it just another department? And the dean said, I tend to think of it as a unit. And therein lies the complication of dealing with the university. But as Frank said, it's not having the answer, but it's knowing who has the answer. And we always knew just where to go. The years I was a director, the deans kept turning over. So I think there were 3 different people in the dean's office, and I didn't get to know them well, but Maria knew their staffs. And that was the secret to making things work and happen. Maria always had the answers. So whether it was issues of budget or expenses or our 5 years master's program that we set up or foreign travel or the curriculum, it was just so great to have say, a partner to work with who knew more about most things than anyone else to whom I had access. When I say Maria was indispensable, I knew the directors would feel that way. I know the faculty and staff feel that way. And I think an awful lot of our students have felt that way. In fact, I even think we arranged for Maria to move up to the front of the office because there's more student contact than she was having when her office was back in the back of the fourth floor. So a lot of people join in this moment of celebration. Congratulations.
Well, it's tough being the fifth person to share the love and appreciation that we all have for Maria. My time with Maria, I think I checked with Carrick about this before we came here. I can remember when she walked in the door, her very first day. And it was Jerry Mannheim and I don't know if Steve Keller was there. Steve was probably there too. We had a different staff arrangement at that point in time, let me just say. We were so happy to see Maria. We just had a sense that she was going to change things. And everything that my colleagues have said about her efficiency and her institutional knowledge is all correct. One of the things I have to say, though, is that I don't think of her as starting and being the glue of the School of Media and Public Affairs. She was also here when we were the National Center for Communication Studies. Very few of us even know that we had a name change. As a matter of fact, Maria is the only one who can probably tell us why our front desk telephone number ends with 626. Yeah, it's National Center for Communication Studies, spelled out numerically. So, but you know what, Maria, I have to say, for all of the efficiency, I have this NCCS memo thing. I think it wasn't actually ever finished, so if you could find and to give the younger people a sense of just how long we've had the pleasure of working and loving and being loved by Maria George, at one point in time, I know for sure she and I talked together on this phone. That's how long it has been. That's how long it's been. Maria, you're so much more than just being the repository of institutional knowledge. You're the glue that's held us together. Just look at the audience, and you'll see what I mean.
All right, so you're going to get a chance to say a few words, but just not yet. I know a lot of people here have a lot of memories and thoughts they want to share about Maria. Steve Roberts, can I ask you to come up? And then if any of you all want to say something, this is like a wedding, right? Everybody gets a chance to have a toast, but bear in mind, between you and the toast is the food. So just, Professor Roberts.
Thank you. So I'll be very brief. But as the senior person here, along with Steve Livingston, I've been here for 34 years. What? I've been here for 34 years, and for the 30 years that I've been here with this lady, she has embraced me and embraced all of us. And it's not just about the school. It's Maria, the person, that I cherish more than anything. And I cherish the way she always greeted me, which was what?
No.
Hello, Grandpa. Now, when for years, we were a member of a very exclusive club here. Grandparents. Now, I'm happy to say, Professor Stern, Professor Huebner, Professor Livingston, Professor Cessno, and maybe some others have joined the club, but we are the charter members of the SMPA Grandparents Club. And as a result of this, I've shared over the years not just these wonderful stories my friends have told about Maria as a figure, a public figure here, but there's another whole side of Maria we're celebrating, and that's the personal side, the family side. There's a reason why her family is here, because Maria is deeply devoted to this family, to us as a family, but to her personal family, not only here, but back in the Philippines. And this is a woman of such deep generosity of spirit That's something at times most of us don't see as we deal with her professionally. But personally, this woman has helped support relatives back in the Philippines, institutions back in the Philippines, has helped send so many young relatives to college and supported them. And that's the other part of Maria that I cherish. I love this phrase, a woman of valor. And women of valor can be heroes and public figures and sources of public acclaim, but women of valor can also be private. Their valor can be day to day. Nodding your head, my friend, right? You know, right? A woman of valor can also be a private person who loves and cherishes her family and everybody she knows every day and makes every one of our lives better from having known her. Happy retirement.
I would invite anybody else. Remember Ernest? Come on. Come on, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Maria. Remember me? You know, when I first met Maria, I think I was on the loading docks, and they said, Ernest, someone upstairs just keep complaining that we need some tables up here. I said, what the world? I said, I just got in this building. So let me go up here. So I said to myself, I said, I'm not going to do this, you know. So, but I'm going upstairs. I look. So somebody come around, a big smile on her face. I'm Maria. How you doing? I say, oh Lord. I said, what you need? She say, I need 4 tables. We have the event tomorrow. You can come to the dinner and get something to eat if you want to. I said, oh, thank you, Maria. I love you to death. You know. And ever since then, that smile get me. Whenever she asked me to do something, I would do it.
Anybody else? Please, Rebecca. Professor Rebecca Trumbull. And a fabulous sweater, by the way. That's a great.
I could echo everything that everyone has said. I'm one of the newer members of the school, of the unit. But from the moment, right, that I joined, in fact, from the moment that I interviewed, right, you were so instrumental to bringing me here. But rather than echoing everyone else, I do want to say a few words about another dimension that I've had the privilege of seeing Maria really contribute to, which is the nurturing and mentoring of new staff. As the director of IDDP, we've had a lot of both student and full-time staff come through the door doing really, really hard work. I think most people here understand how impossible it is to work with the GW bureaucracy in all its many forms. And the goal has always been for the staff that we bring on to help take the load off of Maria. But in order to do that, Maria has had to spend so much time and energy helping them learn the new systems, in fact, make the introductions to meet all of those really valuable people that she knows. And Maria has been so incredibly generous with her time, with her compassion and passion, and has really helped effectively raise up so many other valuable support staff that we have in the SMPA community. So, you know, as the manager, right, of these people, I can't express my gratitude strongly enough. Without you, I couldn't have done my job, and we couldn't do the things that we do as an institute or as SMPA. So thank you so much, Maria.
We got Amani, please. Dr. Cheers.
I'll jump in there real quick. He's probably playing video games. But he's here for prosperity because he actually wanted to come here because when I told him you were retiring, he was so sad. So hi everyone, my name's Imani. This is my 12th year, and I just want to also give a shout out to all the people because yes, as Rebecca just mentioned, the nurturing of new faculty, but I started here pregnant. We don't need to explain how that happened, right? I started here like very much so, right? And for someone who was very intimidated about like do I take maternity leave? I just started. And Maria was like, yes, like but I just got here and I don't know. And so when I think of all of our colleagues, when I think of so many people who have had their children here under your tutelage, and you have nurtured us not only as faculty, but as parents. You've nurtured us as, Maria, I gotta do stuff, Maria, I'm here, like, you know, can you like watch Isaiah real quick while I like run and print stuff? Like, you were always there for us. And from, I remember you talking about Kim Gross's children who were, you've seen all of us, people run in and out. You're always like, you have the snack drawer for Isaiah and all the people. And so it's so much more than knowing everything about this university in and out. It's so much more about you returning my expenses because I charged them to the wrong account, which literally happened this week again. I'm so sorry. I have written this down and I still get it wrong. And Maria is so kind and so gracious, but the way you also love us, but you love our kids. And there aren't many places that you can go that people like look out for you as a parent. They look out for you as a single parent. They look out for you and love their children the way I know you love yours. So I just want to say thank you. My kid gave you a hug. He's playing video games. He's around the corner. But thank you very much. We love you.
Professor Stern.
I'm Carl Stern. I used to work here, but the studio wasn't here then. I just wanted to add one thought, which is that Maria not only adopted us, but she adopted our families as well. Every time I arrived here in the morning and stepped off the elevator on the 4th floor, she would always say,
Where's Miss Joy?
"Where's Miss Joy, my wife?" So I just wanted to say that we loved having you as a sort of a semi-mother. And we were all part of the family, and she sends you her love.
Thank you.
Okay.
Professor Huebner is returning to the stage, and then
No, just to say the word family is another constituency that, excuse me, I'm still eating. To which, it's a constituency which I know shares in this sense of appreciation and dedication, which is why my wife Bruna wanted to be here.
Well, even though I'm not part of this wonderful institute, well, except for me, Maria took, I was in touch with her all the time. When we had our Paris seminars and we had questions, we'd be in touch with her then. Every day there was another question for Maria, and the wonderful entertaining that we did and your help, you've just been phenomenal, and we admire you so much, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Carrick Hardy.
Please.
Hi, I'm Carrick. When I first got here, we were still NCCS, and we were actually in several different buildings. Myself and several other people were over in what is Building XX and YY. I called it the Chromosome Group, but it was radio, television, film. And that's the first time I got to see Maria. But I didn't get to see Maria's smile first. I didn't get to see her amazing fashion sense, which no one has mentioned and I need to bring up. Nor did I get to see the character traits that would lead me to believe or reveal to me later on that this is a woman who is capable of delivering an entirely roasted, suckling pig at certain times of the celebratory year. No, what I got to see of Maria were her feet. She was coming down the stairs. We were in Building XX, and we were always moving offices around because Building XX had been constructed in 1848, and the mold situation actually reflected that all the way through our occupancy of it. And so we were moving offices yet again, and I heard bump, 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 bump. I'm like, what the? And I look up, and I see what appears to be a tower of television equipment boxes that has grown legs. And it's Maria coming down the incredibly, you remember that, Pat, the steep flight of stairs that led to the second floor, carrying what was surely at least 50% more volume than her entire body weight. and doing it with aplomb and grace and no audible cursing whatsoever. So the box with the legs comes down. The tower of boxes with the legs comes down, and I'm standing in the hall in awe. And it brushes past me, and then I get to see Maria. And she looks at me, and I don't think I'd ever met you before. And she looks at me, and I'm like, "You're taking equipment?" She goes, "Oh yes, I work here." And she starts to leave, and I'm like, "Okay." And then she turns around and says, "We'll talk again soon." and we did, and I have been always the better for it. So I watched Maria. Actually, I watched the tower of boxes with the legs. Go down she eventually turned it into a runnel between the two buildings. She was always running back and forth, carrying messages and doing other important stuff and taking things. And as I saw her walk away, I thought, now I understand, really for the first time, that phrase, small but mighty. So thank you, Maria, for being small but mighty and only in stature. There is nothing about you that is small.
All right, Maria, I'm going to give you the microphone in one moment. I'll give you a chance to compose yourself. More people have come in. Thank you for coming in. There'll be food in a moment. This doesn't happen accidentally. Maria knew there was going to be a celebration. What she didn't know was what we're going to give her at the end. These aren't the only tributes you're hearing. So we're going to give you something in a minute. We've asked friends far and wide to send in notes, send in letters. Many of us have written notes. There's still time, those of you who need to run to a printer. Among those who've sent in notes and regards, Dean Walbeck did. I didn't know he was going to be here. He sent one ahead of time. President Trachtenberg sent a note. He heard a rumor you were leaving, and he didn't approve, to be honest. I think it's sort of a SJT way to put it. So your fans aren't just here in the room. Your fans are around the country and across time. This event happened because of the remarkable team that you've helped nurture and mentor. It's Jane, it's Anna, it's Rocio, who I thought I saw somewhere in the back, and it's Sarah. So please, can all of us thank the team that makes all of this happen? And thank you very much to Maria's family for coming in. And thank you for the 30-year loan, frankly, of Maria. The mic is yours.
Hello, everyone. I did not prepare anything. I thought I was just going to say thank you, but here I am. It was 1985 when I was interviewed on a Monday and was offered a job on a Friday. And Steve, there was a bet between between GSPM staff that I will only last a week. There was DJ. I befriended DJ, and DJ is the one who left. And I'm still. The secret is knowing and caring for people. SMPA is my family, my second family, and I love it. I love SMPA and all that comes with it, just like my family. I am from the Philippines. I came here in 1985. I work in the embassy, standing all day. I work with the Embassy of Israel, and that's how I managed to sort of touch base with Steve Trachtenberg. He was a friend to Yitzhak, my boss, and he wrote a book with him in that too. So after 10 years of working as a cook, a babysitter, and all that stuff, cleaning houses, I got my green card, and the first thing I did was apply to several universities. Georgetown called me first. They did not put me full-time. I wanted to bring my family, so I needed a full-time job with benefits. I'm telling you my life story, I'm sorry. And then Mannheim, through DJ, left a message in my voicemail, and I came to interview. And here it goes. Here I am, 30 years later. I am sorry that Mannheim could not be here, but he was instrumental in me coming and giving me a chance. I was 40 years old, and I am sure that there were younger applicants, so I was not confident I will get the job. I got me a nice suit from a thrift shop. Thrift shop, and I wore it because I wanted to look professional. I was a teacher for 8 years, and I taught agriculture. I taught agronomy. And I came here, I wanted to be a teacher, but they were stabbing teachers in elementary school in the back. They were actually very violent teachers, so my late husband said, no, you can't. So I have been here 30 years. I started with Mannheim, Gene Folkert, and you, Steve, you rotated as director several times, with Almay as well. So I've been through so many directors, and people ask me how I do it. Many directors. It's really easy. Just getting to know them, like, right, Frank? And getting to know your wife, and asking exactly, where your Achilles heels are. Anyway, before I go on further, I'd like to. Can I have my family stand up, please? I have a big family. I work really hard. I got married very young. So I have my oldest daughter, Dolores. She is working at the Arlington County Public Schools, but she started at GWU. When they first came, they got a job at the library, and then she moved to Arlington, and she's been there for 20-some years. My daughter number 2 could not get a substitute for a job, so she cannot come, but her daughter, my granddaughter Abigail, she's in computer engineering. She's a very smart girl. And my daughter number 3 also could not come. One of my granddaughter, my youngest granddaughter, no, my second to the youngest granddaughter, is having a soccer game. So she could not come. And my other son works for United Airlines, and I think they have a flight delay. No, could not come. My youngest son, Michael. And of course, way back, all the way from Florida, my stepson from my late husband. I was formerly Maria George. Mark is a principal at a private Catholic school in Florida. Thank you, Mark. So that's my family. I also have my best friend, Jenny, and Kim. I have a lot of friends, but, quality is always the best. So anyway, what else would I do? Have a seat. Thank you. So that's my family. I brought my family here in 1996. I came to GWU simply because I want to have a good job, benefits, so I can bring my kids, because immigration asks you to do that. That was the time where immigration process is quite easy. So all of them came, and then here we are. Oh, my Gwen, I'm so sorry. My other granddaughter, come on, baby. My little princess. Yes. My granddaughter. Anyway, of course, my special partner. babe, Mr. Jackson.
Hooray!
Mr. Larry Jackson. He actually worked really hard so he can come today because he just had something last Christmas. We spent Christmas at the hospital. So anyway, let me make sure. Thank you all for everything. Thank you. And I will, of course, it's hard to imagine being away from SMPA, having been here for 30 years, every day, or weekends. Frank, you call me even if I'm on Sundays. Frank has my cell phone. He calls me on Sundays, like, Maria, when are the catering coming up? What time are they supposed to be here?
Did I really do that?
Yes, you did. But Frank is the longest serving director of SMPA that I've worked with. And I'm very, very happy to have served so many of you. And thank you for all those wonderful, wonderful words that you, and I'm so happy. So my speech is not constructed properly. So I'm just improvising. And thank you all for my team. I'm leaving SMPA in very good hands. Sarah will be doing a lot. Sarah is so stressed right now. Sarah, thank you so much. Love you too. Anna, our students are in really, really good hands with Anna. She is amazing. Very, very good with what she does. Rocio, Jane, and Jack. Where's Tommy?
He's not around. No, Tommy's not around.
Yes, we have an incredible team at SMPA. So I will not feel very bad that I'm leaving. And of course, you were saying about I knew a lot of people outside SMPA. Here they are. My faculty hire team, Michelle, and Turan, who manages our study abroad, our spring in Paris, your summer in Mexico, and if you plan to do anything, and also of the Belize travel course with Imani. So all that was managed through the global initiatives from Turan. And Prisha, she's in finance, of course, and anything that I need goes to Prisha, and a lot of things, finance, endowment. So now you will get a little of what we have, because I don't have replacement yet. Procurement, endowment, part-time faculty, hire. I don't see my full-time faculty recruitment people. Michelle, Johnny, not here. Anyway, my former colleagues are here too, and thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. I'm really, really touched, especially seeing Carl Stern and Steve. Those are my old team. We used to have lunch in the conference room. And they used to tease me about my food. And they were at my wedding. And they ate lechon. They did. So anyway, thank you all for your friendships and collaborations. And I will miss everyone. I'm trying not to cry. I will miss you all. I will be here. Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, don't stay there. Stay where you are. So the word went out that this day was inevitable and this day was happening. We put on the show. Jack did the slideshow. we got the former directors. People flew in from all over the country. As I said, we have solicited. Nope, you don't get to help. You don't. That's part of the deal. We asked people for memories, mementos, thoughts, pictures. They're here in the gardening box with a gardening kit because we know how much you love your gardening. And it's something so that you always remember all of us, because there's no way SMPA or GW are ever going to forget you. Maria, thank you. Without objection, thank you. Without objection, eat and enjoy. And take pictures,